tonight at 9.
She's disappeared without a trace.
A young woman's mysterious disappearance in D.C. leaves loved ones shaken.
That's not only my daughter, that's my friend.
Where is China Crawford? We're working tonight to get answers. After beloved Virginia principal's tragic passing, students are making sure his legacy lives on.
At the end of the day, I feel like we're all trying to be on the same side.
And a local student bridges the gap between his community and police.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Chris Flanagan. Thanks for watching DC News Now at 9. Thus, me, Mahfouz is off tonight. We begin tonight with developing news. A desperate search now underway for a missing DC woman. Her name is China Crawford, and her family tells us they're very concerned for her safety tonight. She was last seen along Good Hope Road in Southeast. Our Daniel Hamburg live tonight in Southeast with the latest on the search. And Daniel, her mother tells you it's very unusual not to hear from her after a week and a half.
Chris, that's why she is very worried. Multiple family members telling me they are concerned for her safety. They've already been out searching for her, but have come up empty, still don't have answers.
It's the hardest thing I think I've ever had to deal with in my life.
25-year-old China Crawford was last seen Monday, October 23rd on Good Hope Road Southeast near 16th Street.
Someone has taken my child.
That's what China's mother, Elisa, believes after not hearing a word from her daughter.
My daughter loves me very much, and she would not leave and be gone this long without any notification or just nothing. It's no messages. Her iPhone is no longer working.
DC police released this picture of Crawford's car, also missing, a gray 2012 Mercedes-Benz CLS 550 with temporary Virginia tag 998859V.
She's got so many friends and family members who love her, who miss her. She's a hard worker, independent woman. Financially independent.
Ward 8 ANC Commissioner Erica Green, China's cousin, has grown frustrated in trying to spread the word about the disappearance.
What I'm noticing in this is that there's no compassion. What I'm noticing in this is that this is not a human being. This is another statistic. This is another number.
Fearing the worst, but hoping for the best, China's mother wants the public to be on the lookout.
I miss my friend. I miss my daughter. She was my baby. I just hope whoever has her just release her. Please.
China Crawford is 5'7", 120 pounds with long black dreadlocks and brown eyes. Her family will be out again tomorrow morning in Southeast to search for her. We're live at police headquarters. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
All right, Daniel, thank you. All right, let's get a first check now on the weekend forecast. Forecaster Brittany Ward in tonight for Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb. And the weekend really looks fantastic.
Yeah, both Saturday and Sunday will be gorgeous days filled with a mixture of sun and clouds. So satellite and radar showing you the overall picture. We are keeping our eye out on this system that is off to our west. As we head into the overnight hours, we'll begin to see the clouds funnel in, and then a few isolated showers will be possible early Saturday morning, but mainly into the mountain counties. Washington, D.C. will be dry for much of the day tomorrow. Temperature-wise, still fairly mild out there, dipping down into the lower 50s here in the nation's capital. Then we're getting into the 40s as you head further off to the north and west. So any late night plans, just make sure you have the jacket on hand. As we head through your morning tomorrow, temperature is still going to be holding on to the 40s here in the nation's capital. Then we start to warm it up into the lower 50s as we head into that 10 o'clock hour. So let's look ahead for the next 3 days. Notice we see some isolated showers making their way into Garrett County as we head through your day Saturday, but we'll be seeing a mixture of sun and clouds, and much of the day will be dry. Then as we head into your Sunday, looking pretty nice as well. We'll be seeing more sunshine Sunday afternoon as high pressure just lingers off to our north. And then as we head into the beginning of next work week, we are tracking dry conditions, but that changes in the 7-day forecast. So definitely keep it here, Chris. We'll talk more about that in just a bit.
Okay, Brittany, thanks. All new at 9. 2 teenagers are facing charges in the murder of a D.C. high school student. Back in September, 17-year-old Antonio Cunningham was killed on his way to work at the Jersey Mike's sandwich shop in Brentwood. His killers allegedly tried to rob him. Well, today, a judge charged 16-year-old Marlon Smith Jr. and 17-year-old Anthony Monroe in Cunningham's murder. Both teenagers now being charged as adults. And the investigation continues into how fentanyl is getting into the hands of Loudoun County students. Earlier this week, we learned at least 9 students at the same high school have overdosed this year. Most of those students in just the past few weeks. Tonight, Parkview High School's PTA president telling DC News Now this is a long-standing issue in that community. Our Northern Virginia reporter Haley Milon reports that parents are scared but hopeful.
Amy Gazes is a Parkview High School parent, the PTA president, and she even went to the school herself. She says that some are politicizing the rash of recent overdoses within the school community, but she's relieved that students will seemingly get the support that they need.
My daughter was texting me, "Mom, we're not allowed to leave the classroom again."
For Gazes' daughter, school lockdowns to address an overdose crisis are the norm. School principal Jason Jefferson sending messages out like this soon after, advising parents of a medical incident. On October 22nd, this message alerting families of an uptick in students arriving to school under the influence.
The issue is here. We are terrified.
On October 31st, the sheriff's office notified the community of a crisis at Parkview. 9 members of that school community overdosing within weeks of each other.
And this is really dangerous for kids.
All that's put the school division in the national spotlight again, much like the student policy culture wars in 2020. Governor Glenn Youngkin enacting an executive order on November 1st requiring schools notify families of overdoses. Gazes says the issue is countywide. The sheriff's office reporting 19 overdoses of students this year. She says Parkview's handling of the crisis is being politicized and unfairly targeting the Sterling community.
I'm deeply offended that you're going to try to use our children for this political pawn.
Sheriff Mike Chapman says it's not about politics.
And what we want to do is save lives here. We want to protect these teenagers.
Chapman added a second school resource officer on campus last week. To Gazes, there's an upside now that the issue's gotten so much attention.
Silver lining. It's out there in the public now, and we're going to get the help and the support that we need and that Dr. Jefferson and the school have been asking for.
Tomorrow, there is an informational session hosted by the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office and the school community. Reporting from our Northern Virginia Bureau, I'm Haley Milon, DC News Now.
And that meeting is tomorrow morning at Parkview High School. It starts at 10:30 and is open to the public. DC News Now will be there. And developing tonight, a top DC official under arrest for domestic violence. Christopher Rodriguez serves as acting chief technology officer and assistant city administrator in Mayor Muriel Bowser's office. According to a police report, Rodriguez pushed a woman to the ground at his home in Northwest. He was arrested Thursday. Rodriguez is the second high-ranking member of Bowser's administration to be accused of assault. Last fall, then Deputy Mayor Christopher Geldart was accused of grabbing someone by the neck outside of a gym in Virginia. Those charges were later dropped. And over the summer, another former deputy mayor, John Falchicchio, resigned after being accused of sexual harassment. Well, all new tonight, a touching tribute to a man who taught at Fauquier High School for decades before becoming its principal. Craig Kellican died earlier this school year following a car crash. But as Max Marcilla reports in Warrenton, after years of giving to his community, his school gave him a great honor.
It's the end of another Fauquier High School football season, but the start of a new era.
This is his legacy.
An era where running onto this field
meant a great deal to all of us.
Holds an even greater honor. For these student athletes and all who follow in their footsteps, it'll no longer just be about the name on the uniform or the logo on their helmet. It'll also be about the name of the field on which they wear them. Back in September, Fauquier High principal Craig Kellican was injured in a crash on I-66, and weeks later, he passed away. He was 62. Tonight, before the Falcons' last home game of the season, a renaming of Falcon Field, now Kellican Field, with the Kellican family in attendance for the emotional ceremony. It said it was touched by the tribute.
He's Fauquier High School. I mean, he is. And it's a legacy that it's forever.
Kellican loved his Falcons, and his Falcons loved him back. And while some show that love on their sleeve, Kobe Link shows it on his chest.
I couldn't find my normal 22 jersey that I've been wearing my whole career. And so this jersey was in the closet. I just grabbed it just to have a jersey on. Mr. Kellican came up to me that day, and he was like, "You switching jerseys this year?" And I was like, "No, why?" He's like, "Oh, it'd been cool because that was my number in high school."
And on his senior night, with his family by his side, the Carjacking family watching, and his Falcon family cheering him on, he wears a new number, 24.
The first thing that came to my mind is like, he's who I play for the rest of the season. I'm going to wear his number and I'm going to honor him through my play.
The season is ending, but Carjacking's legacy lives on through a new forever home, where he'll always be a part of the years of celebrations and joy. At Carjacking Field in Fauquier County, Max Marcella. DC News Now.
Yeah, quite a tribute there. Well, a man accused of stabbing an elderly woman during a carjacking in Maryland has been caught. Prince George's County police say 30-year-old James Minor is suspected of the violent attack in a Camp Springs shopping center Wednesday night. Police say Minor followed the 70-year-old victim when she got out of her car. He allegedly stabbed her several times and took off with her car. Her car was found a short distance away. That woman is in critical condition. Well, DC News Now is your local election headquarters. When Virginians go to the vote on Tuesday, they'll be deciding which party controls the General Assembly. With all 140 seats open and abortion rights on the ballot, the decision may come down to two words: ban and limit. Democrats have argued Republicans support banning abortion. Republicans say that's not true. Rather, they support a 15-week limit. Republicans are calling for an abortion ban after 15 weeks with exceptions to rape, incest, and saving the life of the mother. Political expert Rich Maher says Republicans are using the word limit to appeal to more moderate voters.
The Democrats have a very simple, probably too simplistic story, which is Republicans want to ban abortion. And the Republicans are trying to say, it's not a ban, it's a limit, it's 15 weeks. They're offering numbers and nuance are often overpowered in politics by simple stories.
And as of right now, Virginia is the only state in the South that has not yet passed further restrictions on abortion since Roe v. Wade was overturned. Early voting is coming to a close tomorrow, with Election Day just 3 days later. So if you are voting early, all you need to do is show up to your local registrar's office or satellite voting location. Bring a form of ID like a passport, voter registration card, or a driver's license. We have a list of locations on our website, dcnewsnow.com.